Torah Life Ministries come out of the world.
Shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom, and I pray you're all doing well out there. We're going to be reading the Torah reading for this week, which is Genesis 32, verse 4 to 36:43. If you haven't read it yet, please read along with me. And if you have read along, please post your comments and questions in the comments and under the video. And we're going to start reading now. It's not a teaching, it's a reading. I want to get you in the habit of reading the Torah each week. And this Shabbat, the Torah portion is, again, 32 verse 4 of Genesis to 36:43. Starting in 32:4. And he commanded them, saying, You shall say to my master, to Esau your servant Jacob, says this, I have sojourned with Laban and remained until now. And it is mine to have oxen, donkeys, flocks, and slave girls. And I have sent to tell my master to find favor in your eyes. And the messenger came back to Jacob, saying, We came to your brother Esau, and also he is coming to meet you, and 400 men are with him. And Jacob was afraid, and he was very distressed. And he divided the people with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels into two camps. And he said, If Esau comes to the one company and strikes it, then it will be the company that is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O Elohim of my father Abraham, and Elohim of my father Isaac, Yah, who said to me, Go back to your land and your kindred, and I will deal well with you. I am not worthy of all the mercies and all the truth which you have done for your servant. For I passed over this Jordan with my staff, and now I have become two companies. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear lest he come and strike me, mother to sons. Verse 12. And you said, Dealing, I will deal well with you, and I will make your seed like the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. And he remained there that night, and took a present from which came into his hands for his brother Esau, 200 she-goats, 20 he-goats, 200 rams, 30 nursing cows, and their 30 colts, 40 cows, 30 nursing camels with their 30 colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 she-donkeys and 10 young donkeys. And he gave into the hand of his slaves every drove by itself. And he said to his slaves, Pass over before my face, and put space between the drove and the drove. And he commanded the first one, saying, When my brother Esau meets you, and ask, saying, Whose are you? And where do you go? And whose are these before your face? Then you will say, Your servant Jacob's. It is a present sent to my master to Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. And he also commanded the second, also the third, even all the ones going after the drove, saying, You shall speak this word to Esau when you find him. And you shall say also, Say, Behold, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will cover his face by the present, the one going before my face. And afterward I will see his face. Perhaps he will lift up my face. And the present passed before his face, and he remained in the camp that night. And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives, and his 2 slave girls, and 11 children, and he passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the stream, and sent over that which was his. And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the rising of the dawn. And he saw that he had not prevailed against him, and he touched on his hip socket, and Jacob's hip socket was unhinged, and he wrestled with him. And he said, Send me away, for the dawn has ascended. And he said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. And he said to him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with Elohim and with man and have prevailed." And Jacob asked and said, "Please reveal your name." And he said, "Why is that you ask about my name?" And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Pan-el, because I saw Elohim face to face, and my life is delivered. And the sun rose on him, and he was limping on his thigh. On account of this, the sons of Israel do not eat the sinew of the thigh that is in the hip socket until this day, because he struck on Jacob's hip socket on the sinew of the thigh. That was chapter 32. Now we read chapter 33. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. And he divided the children to Leah, to Rachel, and the two slave girls. And he put the slave girls and their children first, and Leah and her children behind, and Rachel and Joseph last. And he passed over in front of them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came even to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and children. And he said, "Who are these with you?" And he said, "The children with whom Elohim has favored your servant." And the slave girls came near, they and their children, and they bowed. And Leah and her children also came near and bowed, and afterward Rachel and Joseph came near and bowed. And he said, "Whose is all the camp which I met?" And he said, "To find favor in the eyes of my master." And Esau said, "I have much, my brother. Let what you have be to yourself." And Jacob said, "No, please. If I have found favor in your eyes, take my present from my hands. For I have seen your face. Like seeing the face of Elohim, you are pleased with me. Please take my blessing, which has been brought to you, because Elohim has favored me, and because I have all things." And he urged him, and he accepted. And he said, "Let us depart and go, and I will go with you." And he said to him, "My master knows that the children are tender, and the flocks and the herds with me are suckling. And if I overdrive them one day, all the flocks will die. Please let my master go before the face of his servant, and I will move on by stages at my ease, according to the feet of the livestock which are before me, and according to the pace of the boys, until I come into my master's to Seir." And Esau said, "Please let me place with you some of the people who are with me." And he said, "Why then? Let me find favor in the eyes of my master." And Esau returned on his way toward Seir that day. And Jacob traveled south to Succoth, and he built himself a house and made booths for his livestock. For the reason he called the name of that place Succoth. And Jacob came in peace to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, as he came from Aram, and he camped in front of the city. And he brought that part of the field, where he had pitched his tent, from the head of the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of money. And he set up an altar there, and he called it El, the Elah of Israel. That was 33. All right, I hope you're reading along with me as we read now chapter 34. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Shechem the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her and took her and lay with her and humbled her. And his soul clung to Dinah, and the daughter of Jacob. And he loved the girl and spoke to the heart of the girl. And Shechem spoke to his father Hamor and said, "Take this girl for me for a wife." And Jacob heard that he had defiled his daughter Dinah, and his sons were with his livestock in the field, and Jacob kept silent until they had come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field where they had when they had heard, and the men were furious. The men were furious. They were very angry because he had done folly in Israel, to lie with the daughter of Jacob, and should not be done away this way. And Hamor spoke with them, saying, "My son Shechem's soul has longed to your daughter. Please give her to him for a wife. And you intermarry with us. Give us your daughters to us, and take our daughters for yourselves, and live with us, and the land is before you. Live and trade in it, and get property in it." And Shechem said to her father and to her brothers, "Let me find favor in your eyes, and what you say to me I will give." We're up to verse 12. "Heap on me ever so much, a bride price and gift, and I will give you as you say to me, but give me the girl for a wife." And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and his father Hamor, speaking with deceit, because he had defiled their sister. And they said to them, "We are not able to do this thing, to give our sister to a man who is uncircumcised, for it is a reproach to us. Only on this condition will we consent to you, if you will become like us, to have every male of yours circumcised. Then we will give our daughter to you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will live with you, and will become a united people. And if you do not listen to us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will go." And their words were good to the eyes of Hamor, the son of Hamor, and the son of Hamor, Shechem. And the young men did not hesitate to do the thing, for he delighted in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and his son Shechem came to the gate of the city, and they spoke with the men of the city, saying, "These men are peaceable with us, and they let them live in the land and trade in it. Behold, the land is wide on both hands before them. Let us take their daughters for ourselves for wives, and let us give our daughters for them. Only in this way will the men consent to us to live with us, to become a united people, that every male of us be circumcised, as they are circumcised." We're up to verse 23. "Shall not their livestock and their property and all their beasts of burden be ours? Only let us consent to them, and let them live with us." And all those going out of the gate of the city listened to Hamor and to his son Shechem, and every male was circumcised, all those going out of the gate of the city. And it happened on the third day, they being pained, that the two sons of Jacob, Simon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword, and came on the city in its security, and killed every male. And they killed Hamas and his son Shechem by the edge of the sword, and they took Dinah from the house of Shechem and went out. The sons of Jacob came on the slain and looted the city, because the land had defiled their sister. They took their flocks, their herds, and their donkeys, and whatever was in the city, and whatever was in the field. And they took all their wealth, their little ones, and their wives, and looted all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Shechem and to Levi, "You have troubled me to make me strike among those living in the land. Or, you have troubled me to make me stink among those living in the land, among the Canaanites, and among the Perizzites. And I, being few in number, and then gathering against me, they will strike me, and my house shall be wasted. And they said, should we treat our sister like a harlot? That was chapter 34, and now we're coming up to chapter 35. And Elohim said to Joseph, rise up and go to Bethel. Yeah, let's try that again. And Elohim said to Jacob, he said to Jacob, rise up and go to Bethel and live there, and make an altar there to El, who appeared to you when he fled before your brother Esau. And Jacob said to his house and to all these with him, put away the strange Elohim in your midst, and purify yourselves, and change your clothing. And let us rise up and go up to Bethel, and I will make an altar there to El, who answered me in the day of my distress, and he was with me in the way which I went. And they gave all the strange Elohim in their hand to Jacob, and earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was near Shechem. And they pulled up, and there was the terror of Elohim on the cities all around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan. It is Bethel, and he and all the people with him came. And he built an altar there, and he called the place El Bethel, because there is the Elohim revealed themselves to him when he fled from the face of his brother. And Deborah died, the nurse of Rebekah, and she was buried below Bethel under the oak. And he called its name Oak of Weeping. Verse 9 we're up to. And Elohim appeared to Jacob again when he came out of Paddan Aram, and he blessed him. And Elohim said to him, your name is Jacob. Your name will not anymore be called Jacob, but will be your name. But Israel will be your name. And he called his name Israel. And Elohim said to him, I am El Shaddai, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be from you, and kings shall go forth from your loins. And the land which I gave to Abraham and to Isaac, I will give it to you. And after I will give you the land to your seed. And Elohim went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. And Jacob set up a pillar of the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone. And he poured out a drink offering on it, and he poured oil on it. And Jacob called the name of the place there where Elohim had spoken with him, Bethel. And they pulled up stakes from Bethel, and there was yet a length of land to come to Ephraim. And Jacob and Rachel bore, and she had hard labor in her bearing. And it happening, when she had hard labor in her bearing, even the midwife said to her, do not fear, for this also is a son for you. And it happened when her soul was going forth, for she died. Even she called his name Ben-Amin, son of my sorrow. But his father called it Benjamin, son of my strength. And Rachel died and was buried on her way to Impreth, that is Bethlehem. And Jacob set up a pillar on her grave, and it is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. And Israel pulled up and pitched his tent beyond the tower of the field, or of the flocks. And it happened after Israel lived in the land that Reuben went and lay with Bela, his father's concubine, and Israel heard, and the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bela, Rachel's slave girl, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zeplah, Leah's slave girl, Gad and Asher. These were Jacob's sons, who were born in Paddan Aram. And Jacob came to his father Isaac to Mamre in the city of Haba. It is Hebron where Abraham and Isaac resided. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac gave up the breath and died, and was gathered to his people, old, not satisfied of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Wow. All right, we're up to 36, chapter 36. And in this, we're going to be reciting some names. So forgive me for the pronunciations of some of these names. I'll do the best I can. But this is chapter 36 of this week's Torah portion. Hopefully you're reading them each week and you've read this one. 36. And these are the generations of Esau, that is Edom. Esau took his wives from the daughters of the Canaanite Adah, and the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, and Oblama, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebulun, the Hivite, and Basmith, the daughter of Ishmael, sister of Nebajoth. And Abba bore Elpaz and Esau, and Blasmith bore Rachel, or Ra'ul. Blasphemous brought Raul. Verse 5. And Ohamama bore Jenish or Jesh and Jelim and Korah. These were the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the stock, the souls of the house, and his livestock and all the beasts of burden, and all his property which he had gained in Canaan, and went to the land away from his brother Jacob. For their possessions had become too great for them to dwell together, and the land was not able to bear their travels in the presence of their livestock. And Esau dwelt on Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these were the generations of Esau, the father of Edom, on Mount Seir. These names of of Esau's sons: Elpaz, the son of Adah, Esau's wife Ra'ul, the son of Basmath, Esau's brother, or Esau's wife. The son of Basmath, Esau's wife. We're up to verse 11. And the sons of Elpaz, Tarmin, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And Tina, or Timnah, was a concubine to Esau's son Elpaz. And she bore Amalek to Elipaz. These were the sons of Esau's wife, Adah. And the sons of Ra'ul, Nahath, and Zerah, and Shema, and Mizrah. These were the sons of Basmeth, the wife of Esau. Verse 14. And these were the sons of Oblibamah, daughter of Anah. The daughter of Zebulun, or Zebion, the wife of Esau. She bore Jenish to Esau, and Jelim and Korah. Verse 15. These were the chief kings of the sons of Esau, the son of Elpaz, the first-hand born of Esau. Chief Teman, or Teman, and Chief Omar, and Chief Zepho, and Chief Kenaz. Chefton Korah, Chefton Gatam, Chefton Amalek. These were the Christians, or these were the Sheftons. These were the Sheftons of Elpaz and the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adah. And these were the sons of Ra'ul, Esau's son, Chephton Nathan, Chephton Zara, Chephton Salma, and Chephton Missib, or Misha. These were the Chephthons of Ra'u in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Besmath, Esau's wife. And the sons of Ohel Ebetma, Esau's wife. Chephton, Chephton, Jolam, Chephton, Korah. These were the Chephthons of Oholibah, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Esau and their children, Chephthons. He is Edom. Verse 20. These were the sons of Seor, the Horite, living in the land of Lephton and Setbal and Zebulun and Anah, and Deshan and Eleazar and Deshan. These were the Chephthons of the Horites, the sons of Seir in the land of Edom. And the sons of Lotan, Hori, and Herman, or Heman, and Lotan's sister Timnah. And these were the sons of Shabol, Alvan, and Menebeth, and Ibub, and Shepo, and Omah. And these were the sons of Zebulun, even Aiah and Anah. He is Anab, or Anah, who found the hot springs in the desert as he fed the donkeys for his father Zebulun. And these were the sons of Anah Dishan, and Oblahama was the daughter of Anab, or Anah. Verse 26. And these were the sons of Deshan, Hemdan, and Isbin, and Ithran, and Sharon. These were the sons of Izar, Belrai, and Zavarati, and Achan. And these were the sons of Dashan, Uz, and Aaron. And these were the Chephthons of the Hordites, Chephton Lotan, Chephton Shabal, Chephton Zebulun, or Zebulun, and Chephton Anah. And we're up to verse 30. Chephton Dishan, Chephton Asar, Chephton Dishan, Chephton Dishan. These were the Chephthons of the Horites according to their Chephthons in the land of Seir. And these were the kings who resigned in the land of Edom before the reigning of a king over the stones of Israel. And let's see here. Okay. Verse 32. And Bela the son of Beor resigned in Edom, and the name of this city Dinabah. And Bela died, and Jobab the son of Zurah from Rusha resigned in his place. And Joab died, and Hushman from the land of the Temanites resigned in his place. Verse 35. And Hushman died, and Hadon the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, resigned in his place, and the name of his city Avith. And Hadon died and Samlah from Maraka reigned in his place. And Selma died, and Shaul from Rehoboth by the river resigned to his place. And Shaul died, and Bel Hanan, the son of Abar, resigned in his place. And Bel Hanan, the son of another chief, died. And Halar resigned in its place. And the name of the city was Pau, or Pu, and his wife's name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. I told you there's a lot of names this week, but this one says Methalabel, the daughter of Meterb, the daughter of Mesihab. Verse 40. And these were the names of the chieftains of Esau according to their families, according to their place, by their names: Chieftain Timnah, Chieftain Alva, and Chieftain Jetlu, with Jet Health. Chieftain Obila Ama, Chieftain Elah, Chieftain Pinon, Chieftain Kenza, Chieftain Timan, and Chieftain Mizar, Chieftain Megadol or Megdol, Chieftain Iram. These were the chiefs of Edom according to their dwellings, in the land of their possessions. He is earth, the father of all Elohim. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. And again, back then, the culture was different, but the idea and the commandment by Yah to be fruitful and multiply was still in all these people's hearts, to be fruitful and multiply. So praise Yah. That is the Torah reading for this day, for this Sabbath. Next week's reading will be Genesis 37:1 to 40:23. So please don't wait till the last day to read the Torah reading. Get through it, read it all throughout the week, and let it be a blessing for you. All right, so thank you for reading along with me this week. Please keep this ministry in prayer and my family, and thank you all. Have a blessed day. Yah be with you all, and shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Torah Life Ministries come out of the world.